Do you know what stops most people from chasing their dreams? It's not talent, it's not opportunity, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what others will say. Fear sneaks in, whispers lies, and paralyzes potential. But here's the truth. Your passion, yes, that fire inside you, has a voice too, and it's stronger than fear if you let it speak. Passion is the voice that refuses to quit, that says, I will try again, even when the world says you can't. Passion is the fuel that drives you out of bed at 5 a.m., even when fear is trying to convince you to stay in your comfort zone. But how do we let our passion speak louder than fear? Let me break it down into 10 key principles that will transform the way you live, work, and dream. Do you know what fear feels like? It's that tightness in your chest when you think about stepping out of your comfort zone. It's the voice in your head that whispers, we're not ready. You can't do this. What if you fail? Fear is sneaky. It doesn't show up as a loud alarm telling you to stop. It comes as a quiet, persistent doubt that convinces you to stay small, to stay comfortable, to stay invisible. And let me tell you something, every single person you admire, every successful person you look up to has felt that fear. Fear is universal. Fear doesn't discriminate. It touches the rich, the poor, the educated, the self-taught, the young, and the old. Fear is human. But here's the thing about fear. It only has the power you give it. It only controls you if you let it. And that's the first step. Acknowledge fear, but don't obey it. Acknowledging fear is not weakness. It's honesty. Most people make the mistake of pretending fear doesn't exist. They try to act tough. They try to act brave, but deep down, they're shaking. They're scared. They're afraid of failing. And that fear is quietly running their lives. Pretending it's not there doesn't make it go away. It only makes it stronger. You've got to look it straight in the eyes and say, I see you, I feel you, or I feel you are, but you are not running my life. That is power. That is control. That is freedom. Think about it. Fear shows up in every aspect of life. It shows up when you want to start a business. Fear says, what if no one buys? What if you lose money? Fear shows up when you want to speak in public. Fear says, what if they laugh? What if you stumble over your words? Fear even shows up when you try to make a new friend, start a new relationship, or ask for a raise. Fear is always there, waiting to stop you before you even begin. And it's relentless. Fear will keep whispering, trying to convince you that staying small is safer. But here's the truth. Staying small is the real danger. Fear is trying to protect you from growth, but growth always comes with risk. Growth always comes with discomfort. Growth always comes with fear. Let me tell you something real. There was a time when I was afraid. I was afraid to speak, afraid to fail, afraid people wouldn't listen to me. I wanted to make a difference, to motivate people, to change lives. I was terrified. Every time I thought about standing on a stage, speaking to hundreds or thousands of people, my chest would tighten. My heart would race. My mind would fill with doubts. Who do you think you are? Who cares what you have to say? But I realized something. Fear was never going to disappear. It would always be there. The only choice I had was to act anyway. The only choice I had was to step forward in spite of it. And that's what I did. Every speech, every lecture, every motivational talk was built on the same principle. Acknowledge fear, but don't obey it. And you know what happened? The more I acted in spite of fear, the smaller it got. The more I stepped into my purpose, the less control fear had over me. Fear became just a voice that didn't matter because my passion, my vision, my mission was louder. You see, fear is only powerful when you let it lead. But when you choose to follow your passion instead, fear becomes nothing more than background noise. Here's the thing. Courage is not the absence of fear. That's a lie people tell themselves to feel brave. Courage is action in spite of fear. Courage is moving forward even when your knees are shaking. Courage is showing up every single day, knowing that fear will try to stop you, but refusing to let it. And let me tell you something else. Courage grows stronger the more you practice it. The more you act despite fear, the easier it becomes to act the next time. Fear might always knock on your door, but with every brave step you take, fear becomes weaker. I want you to understand this. Fear is normal, but it is not your identity. Fear is a visitor, not a master. Fear is a signal that you're about to do something important. Think about it. Every time you feel fear, it's often because you're about to grow. Fear is a warning sign that you're moving into uncharted territory. Fear is a reminder that what you're doing matters. So don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Recognize it. Acknowledge it. And then say, oh, thank you for showing up, but I am moving forward anyway. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine a bird in a cage. The bird has wings strong enough to fly across the sky, but the bird is afraid. Afraid it might fall, afraid it might get hurt. So it stays in the cage. But the cage was never meant to keep the bird safe. It was meant to keep the bird small. Fear is that cage. And every single person listening to me has wings. You have potential, talent, island ideas, dreams that are meant to soar. But fear wants to keep you grounded. Fear wants to convince you that staying safe is better than flying. But staying safe will never get you where you're meant to go. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stay in the cage, or are you going to open the door and let your wings carry you? I need you to understand something critical. Fear does not go away magically. No one wakes up one day and fear suddenly disappears. Fear is going to show up every time you push yourself, every time you try something new, every time you pursue a dream. Fear is persistent, but passion, purpose, and determination are louder. And when your desire to achieve is stronger than your fear, nothing can stop you. Nothing. Now I want you to think about every great achiever you know. Every athlete, entrepreneur, leader, or artist, every one of them has felt fear. Michael Jordan missed shots. Oprah Winfrey was told she wouldn't succeed. Elon Musk faced bankruptcy. Fear was present in every single one of their journeys. But here's the difference. They acknowledged it, and they acted anyway. They didn't let fear dictate their lives. They didn't obey it. They recognized it, respected it, and moved forward. That's why they are great. That's why they are remembered. And that's exactly what you can do too. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. But what if I fail? What if I make the wrong decision? Let me tell you something, you are going to fail. And that's okay. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Fear will try to make you believe that failure is permanent, but it's not. Failure is temporary. Failure is the universe's way of teaching you how to get better, how to grow, how to move forward. The only real failure is letting fear stop you from trying in the first place. That's the failure you can never recover from. So acknowledge your fear. Don't pretend it's not there. Don't hide from it. Look at it, feel it, understand it, and then act anyway. Act with courage, act with determination, act with persistence. Move forward even when your hands are shaking, even when your heart is racing, even when your mind is screaming at you to quit. Every step you take in spite of fear is a victory. Every time you refuse to obey fear, you grow stronger, wiser, and closer to your purpose. And I want you to remember this. The moment you stop letting fear control your life is the moment you become unstoppable. That's the moment your passion takes over. That's the moment your dreams start to turn into reality. That's the moment your life starts to change. Fear will never fully disappear. But when passion speaks louder, fear becomes powerless. So today I challenge you to acknowledge your fear. Look at it, understand it, and tell it you do not control me. I control my life. I control my destiny. I control my actions. Refuse to obey fear. Refuse to let it keep you small. Refuse to let it dictate your life. Let your courage, your purpose, and your purpose. When you do, there's nothing you cannot achieve. There's nothing you cannot achieve. There's nothing you cannot overcome. Fear may always knock, but you get to choose whether to answer. Answer with courage. Answer with action. Answer with persistence. Answer with belief in yourself. Answer with the refusal to quit. And when you do, fear will no longer be the master of your life. It will simply be a visitor that you acknowledge, learn from, and leave behind as you move forward to greatness. Now go. Step out, act, move in spite of fear. Because your life, your dreams, and your potential are waiting, and fear is just the soundtrack of the beginning of something extraordinary. Do you know what separates people who succeed from people who quit? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not timing, it's your why. Your why is the reason you get out of bed when everyone else is still sleeping. Your why is the fuel that keeps you moving when your body says, stop. Your why is what pushes you forward when the world is telling you, you can't do it. If you don't know your why, you will be blown around by every challenge, every failure, every distraction. You will wander aimlessly, hoping that something works out. But when you define your why, the reason you refuse to give up, even when the path is hard. It's the reason you work when no one is watching. It's the reason you sacrifice comfort for progress. Your why is your purpose. And the stronger your purpose, the louder your passion and the quieter your fear becomes. I want you to imagine this, a ship at sea with no compass, no destination. The waves are rough. The storms are violent. The wind is pushing it every which way. That ship will never reach a port. It will drift aimlessly. That is a life without a defined why. But the moment you define your why, that ship has direction. That ship has purpose. That ship knows where it's going, and no storm, no matter how violent, can stop it from reaching its destination. Your why is your compass, your GPS, your anchor. Without it, you are lost. With it, you are unstoppable. Now, here's the real question. Do you really know your why? Do you really know what you're fighting for? What wakes you up in the middle of the night with fire in your belly? What makes you keep pushing when everyone else has given up? If you don't know your why, let me warn you, you will give up when it gets hard. You will quit when failure knocks at your door. You will stop when the pressure comes. Because the why is what turns obstacles into fuel. The why is what turns pain into progress. The why is what makes quitting impossible. Let me tell you a story. When I first started speaking, I had nothing. I had no platform, no money, no recognition. I had fear. I had doubt. I had people telling me I would fail, but I had one thing, my why. My why was bigger than every obstacle, bigger than every rejection, bigger than every voice telling me I wasn't enough. My why was my family. My why was the promise I made to myself that I would not let my circumstances define me. My why was the dream to inspire people who felt trapped, hopeless. That why became my fuel. It became my fire. It became my fire. It became louder than every fear, every doubt, every failure. And because I knew my why, I didn't quit. And neither should you. Here's the truth. Goals are temporary. Motivation is temporary. Energy is temporary. But your why lasts. Your why lasts. Your why is eternal. Your why will pull you out of bed at 4 a.m. when the world is asleep. Your why will push you through the grind when your body is screaming, I can't. Your why will keep you running when everyone else has stopped. When you define your why, you find the strength to endure, the courage to persist, and the clarity to act. And let me tell you something else. Your why will change everything. When you know why you're doing something, fear loses its power. When you know why you're doing something, excuses disappear. When you know why you're doing something, failures are just lessons, setbacks are just detours, and obstacles are just stepping stones. A defined why gives you clarity. It gives you purpose. It gives you resilience. It gives you power. So, how do you find your why? How do you define it so clearly that it becomes louder than fear, louder than doubt, louder than every voice telling you to quit? First, you have to get honest with yourself. Ask yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? Who am I doing this for? What difference do I want to make? Don't answer with what sounds good, what will impress others. Answer with raw, unfiltered honesty. Dig deep. Go past the surface. Go past the distractions. Your why lives in your heart, not in your social media profile. Your why lives in the fire that won't go out, not in the applause of the crowd. Once you find it, write it down. Say it out loud. Repeat it every day. Let it become your mantra. Let it become your compass. Let it become the reason you refuse to quit, even when the world is trying to stop you. Let your why speak so loudly that fear has no choice but to step aside. Let your why become so powerful that excuses become irrelevant, distractions become meaningless, and challenges become opportunities. Let me give you an example from real life. Think about J.K. Rowling. She was a single mother, living on welfare, struggling to survive. She had been rejected by multiple publishers. She had every reason to quit, but she had a why. Her why was her story. Her why was the belief that her words could change lives. She knew her why, and she refused to let fear and rejection stop her. Today, the Harry Potter series has sold over 500 million copies worldwide because she had a why. Or think about Elon Musk. He faced failure after failure. SpaceX rockets exploded. Tesla went bankrupt multiple times. People told him he was crazy, but his why? His why was innovation, progress, changing the world. His why was bigger than fear. His why was bigger than failure. And because he knew his why, he kept going. Today, he is changing the future of transportation and energy. Your why is your anchor. Your why is your compass. Your why is your fire. It's the reason you refuse to quit when failure comes knocking. It's the reason you keep going when everyone else has given up. It's the reason you turn obstacles into opportunity, pain into power, and fear into fuel. Without your why, you will drift. With your why, you will soar. And let me remind you, defining your why is not a one-time thing. Life will test you. Life will challenge you. Life will try to make you forget your why. That's why you have to remind yourself every day. Write it down. Speak it. Meditate on it. Let it become a part of your DNA. Let it become so embedded in your being that no obstacle, no fear, no challenge can shake it. Your why will guide you when your motivation fades. Your why will push you when your energy is low. Your why will speak louder than every excuse, every doubt, every fear. Now, some of you are sitting there saying, I don't know my why. Let me be clear. If you don't know your why, it's time to find it. You cannot afford to drift through life. You cannot afford to be pulled in 100 directions by every challenge and fear that shows up. You have to define your why, and you have to define it with precision, with clarity, and with honesty. Because your why will determine your destiny. Your why will determine your results. Your why will determine whether you win or lose. So here's my challenge to you. Stop chasing goals without purpose. Stop trying to succeed without a reason. Stop letting fear and doubt dictate your actions. Instead, find your why. Define it, own it, speak it. Let it guide every decision you make. Let it fuel every action you take. Let it push you when your body wants to quit. Let it inspire you when the world says no. When you do that, when your why is louder than your fear, louder than your doubt, louder than every challenge, there is nothing you cannot achieve. One more thing, your why doesn't have to be big or dramatic. It doesn't have to be world-changing. Your why can be as simple as providing for your family. Your why can be as simple as proving to yourself that you can. Your why can be as simple as living a life you are proud of. The size of your why doesn't matter. What matters is how deeply it moves you, how strongly it drives you, and how consistently it motivates you to act. Let me leave you with this truth. People who know their why are unstoppable. People who know their why can endure anything. People who know their why can overcome any obstacle. People who know their why will never quit because their why is bigger than fear. Your why is your power. Your why is your purpose. Your why is your life. And when you define it, when you embrace it, when you let it speak louder than your doubts and fears, you will achieve more than you ever imagined. So today I challenge you, define your why. Find your reason. Find the fire inside you that cannot be extinguished. Let it God be extinguished. Let it guide you. Let it motivate you. Let it push you forward when everything else tries to stop you. Define your why, and your life will never be the same. Because when you know your why, fear becomes irrelevant. Doubt becomes silent. Excuses vanish. Challenges become opportunity. Obstacles become stepping stones. And your dreams become reality. Do you know what separates those who succeed from those who fail? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even working harder than everyone else. It's something much deeper. It's the ability to see it before you live it. It's the ability to visualize success when everything around you screams failure. Most people are held back by their own minds. Most people fail before they even try because before they even try, become wrong instead of what could go right. Fear loves to paint pictures of defeat. Fear loves to replay every mistake, every rejection, every no in your mind. And if you let it, fear will convince you that success is impossible, that your dreams are too far, that you are not enough. But here's the truth. What you see in your mind becomes the blueprint for what you achieve in life. If you visualize failure, that's exactly what you'll get. But if you visualize success and you do the work, nothing can stop you. Let me break it down for you. Visualization is not just wishful thinking. It is not closing your eyes and daydreaming. It is deliberate, powerful, and intentional. Visualization is seeing yourself succeed before the world sees it. It is seeing yourself crossing the finish line before you even start the race. It is seeing yourself signing the deal, speaking on the stage, creating the business, or achieving the goal you've been chasing. And when you visualize success consistently, it starts to change your actions, your habits, and your mindset. Your brain begins to act as if that success is inevitable. And once your mind believes it, your body will follow. Think about this. The greatest athletes in the world don't just train their bodies, they train their minds. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, spent hours imagining himself making the shot imagining himself winning the championship, imagining himself leading his team. He visualized success so vividly that when he stepped on the court, his mind already believed victory was possible. That belief changed the way he moved, the decisions he made, and ultimately the results he achieved. Tiger Woods did the same thing. Serena Williams does. Every elite performer in every field practices visualization. Why? Because they understand that the mind is the ultimate battlefield. If you can see it, you can achieve it. If you can't see it, you will never get there. Let me tell you something. Fear loves to invade your imagination. Fear loves to play every negative scenario in your mind. You're going to fail. They're going to laugh. You're not good enough. And if you let fear run your mental movie, guess what? That's what's going to happen. Your mind is like a magnet. It attracts what you feed it. Feed it fear, doubt, and failure, and you'll attract them into your life. Feed it success, clarity, and confidence, and you'll attract them instead. That's the power of visualization. That's the power of seeing your victory before it happens. I want you to understand something important. You have to visualize with emotion. Don't just picture success in your head like you're scrolling through a slideshow. Feel it, smell it, hear it, taste it. Feel the joy of crossing that finish line. Feel the pride of achieving that promotion. Feel the excitement of building the life you've dreamed about. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the signal you send to your mind and body. When you see success and feel in your core, fear starts to shrink. Doubt begins to disappear. Every obstacle becomes a stepping stone because your mind is already rehearsing victory. Let me share a story with you. I know a young man who dreamed of starting his own business. He had no money, no contacts, no support. Every day he was told by friends and family, it's too risky. You can't do it. You'll fail. He felt fear. He felt doubt. But every morning before he even touched his phone or looked at the news, he spent 10 minutes visualizing success. He imagined signing the first big client. He imagined hearing the praise from customers. He imagined his company growing, hiring employees, and changing lives. And every day he acted like he had already achieved it. Slowly the clients came. Slowly the business grew. Slowly his vision became reality. Why? Because he visualized success, not failure. Because he let his mind see what was possible instead of what was impossible. I want you to think about this. When you focus on failure, you train your mind to expect it. When you focus on success, you train your mind to achieve it. The people who fail most often are not the ones who never tried. They are the ones who try, but they're already defeated in their mind before they even begin. Their imagination becomes their cage. Your imagination can be your prison or it can be your launch pad. It all depends on what you feed it. Let me be real with you. Life is hard. Obstacles will come. Challenges will test you. People will doubt you. But if you see your success clearly, you will endure. If you visualize crossing that finish line, you will push through the pain. If you imagine yourself achieving the goal that matters most, you will rise when others quit. You will work harder when others sleep. You will act faster when others hesitate because your mind already knows what is possible. Your mind already sees victory. Your mind already believes in your power to achieve it. And here's the thing, visualization is not enough by itself. You have to act. You have to take the steps. You have to put in the hours, the work, the effort. Visualization is the blueprint. Action is the construction. Seeing in your mind is the first step. Doing the work in the real world is the next. But without the visualization, the work is blind. Without the visualization, you're wandering without direction. Without the visualization, you are giving fear a chance to fill your mind with doubt. See it first. Believe it first. Then work to make it. I want you to understand something deep. The world is full of people who have talent, who have opportunity, who have potential, but who never achieve it because they never see it first. They never picture success in their mind. They never rehearse victory. They never practice winning mentally. And when they face challenges, fear wins, doubt wins, excuses win. But you don't have to be that person. You can train your mind. You can visualize success. You can rehearse victory. You can imagine yourself achieving the life you've dreamed about, and then you can go out and make it happen. Let me give you another example. Muhammad Ali didn't just step into the ring hoping to win. He visualized it. He saw himself knocking out his opponent before the first bell rang. He saw himself raising his arms in victory before the crowd even cheered. He saw the championship and then he went and claimed it. Visualization made him fearless. Visualization made him confident. Visualization made him unstoppable. And it can do the same for you. I want you to hear me clearly. Your mind is your greatest asset or your greatest enemy. If you focus on fear, failure, and doubt, your mind will turn against you. If you focus on success, growth, and achievement, your mind becomes your most powerful ally. Feed it the right images. Feed it the right emotions. Feed it the right emotions. Feed it the right belief. See your success. Feel your success. Act like success is inevitable. And watch as your life starts to change. And I'm going to tell you this. There will be times when failure seems inevitable. There will be times when the world is telling you a no. There will be times when every door seems closed. But if you visualize success, you will find the window. You will find the opportunity. You will find the path forward because your mind has already seen it, because your heart already believes it, because your soul already knows that victory is yours. So today, I challenge you. Stop focusing on what could go wrong. Stop imagining defeat. Stop letting fear write the script for your life. Instead, close your eyes. Picture yourself winning. Picture yourself achieving. Picture yourself overcoming. Picture yourself living the life you've always dreamed of. And then get up and work like it's already happened. Visualize success, not failure. Rehearse victory in your mind until fear becomes irrelevant. Rehearse triumph until doubt disappears. Rehearse greatness until it becomes your reality. Because when you visualize success, not failure, life changes. Because when you see victory before you live it, your actions align with your vision. Because when you believe in your success, no challenge is too great. Because when you act in alignment with your vision, fear becomes powerless. Because success begins in your mind, and then it becomes your life. So I'm asking you, what do you see in your mind? Do you see yourself failing? Or do you see yourself winning? Do you see yourself giving up? Or do you see yourself rising above every challenge? Do you see your dreams slipping away? Or do you see them coming true one step at a time, one day at a time until nothing can stop you? Visualize success, feel success, believe in success, and then live. Because the moment you start seeing yourself winning, the moment you start believing in your mind, the moment you start acting like it is inevitable, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing. Fear will knock, doubt will whisper, challenges will test. But your vision of success will be louder, stronger, and unstoppable. Do you know what separates the average from the extraordinary? Extraordinary, it's not talent, it's not luck, it's discomfort. Yes, discomfort. The very thing that most people run from, the very thing that makes them want to quit, is the thing that creates greatness. Every successful person you admire, every high achiever you look up to has one thing in common. They learn to embrace discomfort. They learn to step into it, to lean into it, to welcome it. Because they understood that growth, progress, and transformation don't happen in comfort zones. They happen in discomfort zones. Let me tell you something. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Comfort will whisper in your ear. It's okay to stay where you are. You're safe here. Don't risk it. Comfort is cozy, it's easy, it's familiar, but it doesn't build champion. It doesn't create winner. It doesn't push people to the next level. Comfort keeps you small, stagnant, and average. If you want to achieve more, if you want to reach heights others can only dream of, you must embrace discomfort. You must welcome it. You must seek it out. Think about it. When you train your body in the gym, what creates results? It's not lying down. It's not taking it easy. It's pushing past the burn, pushing past the soreness, pushing past the voice that said, I can't. That's discomfort. That's where growth happens. That's where muscles are built. That's where endurance is created. It's the same in life. Whether you're building a business, chasing a dream, or mastering a skill, discomfort is the sign that you are growing, stretching, and moving beyond your limitations. Let me give you an example. Michael Jordan, widely considered the greatest basketball player of all time, did not achieve greatness by playing easy games or sticking to practice routines that were comfortable. He woke up early. He practiced when others slept. He ran drills when others went home. He pushed past pain, fatigue, and doubt. He embraced discomfort. He trained his body and his mind to endure more than anyone else. That's why in the game, he looked unstoppable. That's why he performed at a level others could only dream of. And that's the principle that applies to you. If you want extraordinary results, you have to embrace discomfort. Here's the truth. Fear lives in comfort. Doubt lives in comfort. Mediocrity lives in comfort. When you stay comfortable, you are letting life happen to you instead of creating life for yourself. But when you step into discomfort, when you choose the harder path, you are telling yourself, I refuse to settle. Discomfort is the proving ground for champions. Discomfort is where winners are forged. Discomfort is the signal that you are moving closer to your potential. Let me tell you another story. I know a young man who dreamed of becoming an entrepreneur. He had ideas, ambition, and a hunger to succeed, but he was terrified. He was afraid of failure. He was afraid of criticism. He was afraid of losing money. Comfort told him to keep his 9-to-5 job, to play it safe, to settle for mediocrity. But he realized something crucial. Comfort would never give him the life he wanted. He had to embrace discomfort. He had to risk, to struggle, to work harder than he ever worked in his life. And so he did. He stayed up late, studied relentlessly, took every challenge as a lesson. That discomfort became his advantage. That discomfort became his growth. Today, he runs a successful business that he never could have achieved if he had stayed comfortable. And I want you to understand this. Comfort is not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's the grind, the pressure, the stress, the criticism, the moments when you want to quit but you don't. It's the long nights, the early mornings, the rejection letters, the failed attempts, the mistakes that make you feel small. That's discomfort. And the people who succeed are not the ones who avoid discomfort. They are the ones who face it, who accept it, who use it as fuel. They understand that discomfort is temporary, but greatness lasts forever. You see, every time you choose comfort over challenge, you are making a decision about the kind of life you will live. Choosing comfort over discomfort is choosing mediocrity over mastery. Choosing comfort is choosing to be like everyone else instead of being exceptional. And I don't know about you, but I wasn't put on this earth to be average. I wasn't put on this earth to settle. I wasn't put on this earth to settle. I wasn't put on this earth to follow the easy path. I was put here to be great, to chase my dreams relentlessly, and to push past every limitation. And that starts with embracing discomfort. Let me give you another example from real life. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he invented the light bulb. Every failure was uncomfortable. Every experiment that didn't work was uncomfortable. Every criticism he faced was uncomfortable, but he embraced it. He learned from it. He used it as fuel. And because he embraced discomfort, he changed the world. The discomfort wasn't his enemy, it was his teacher. And that's the lesson for you. Discomfort is not a punishment. Discomfort is a guide. Discomfort is a signal that you are on the right path. Discomfort is the ladder to your dreams. And here's the thing, most people will never understand this. Most people will run from discomfort. Most people will choose the path of least resistance, the easy route, the safe option. And that's why most people never reach their potential. But you can be different. You can choose discomfort. You can choose growth. You can choose greatness. You can train yourself to see discomfort not as pain, but as progress. Not as punishment, but as purpose. Not as something to avoid, but as something to pursue. Think about it this way. If your dreams were easy to achieve, everyone would have them. If success were comfortable, everyone would have it. But the truth is, success is hard. Success is messy. Success is uncomfortable. And if you are willing to embrace that discomfort, if you are willing to lean into it, if you are willing to endure it, then success becomes inevitable. Discomfort is the price of admission to a life of greatness. There's no way around it. There's no shortcut. There's no easy path. Only discomfort leads to growth. Only discomfort leads to progress. Only discomfort leads to mastery. Let me tell you something else. When you embrace discomfort, fear loses its power. When you embrace discomfort, doubt becomes irrelevant. When you embrace discomfort, excuses disappear. Discomfort forces you to confront your limitations, to push past your excuses, to rise above the voices that say, you can't. Discomfort makes you stronger. Discomfort makes you resilient. Discomfort makes you unstoppable. And if you want a life of extraordinary results, you have to welcome it. Here's a truth that will change your life. Everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. Every promotion, every opportunity, every dream, every success requires you to stretch, to struggle, to sacrifice, to work harder than you've ever worked. And most people won't do it. Most people will quit when it gets hard. Most people will settle for comfort, but not you. Not if you understand this principle. Not if you are serious about your future. Embrace discomfort and you will rise above the crowd. Embrace discomfort and you will achieve more than you ever imagined. Let me give you one more real life example. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson didn't become a superstar by living in comfort. He didn't become one of the hardest working people in the world by taking the easy route. He trained relentlessly. He woke up before sunrise. He pushed his body to extreme. He endured pain, rejection, and failure. He embraced discomfort every single day, and that discomfort became his advantage. That discomfort became his superpower. That discomfort created the life he has today. And if you are willing to do the same, you can achieve extraordinary results too. So today, I challenge you, stop running from discomfort. Stop avoiding what's hard. Stop choosing comfort over growth. Lean into the struggle. Lean into the grind. Lean into the moments that make you uncomfortable. Those moments are your teachers, your coaches, your mentors. Those moments are where you learn resilience. Those moments are where you find strength you never knew you had. Those moments are where your greatness begins. And let me leave you with this truth. Embracing discomfort is not a one-time thing. It's a daily decision. It's a lifestyle. It's a mindset. Every day you will face choices. Every day you will have the option to settle or to struggle. Every day you will have the opportunity to choose growth or comfort. Choose growth. Choose discomfort. Choose greatness. Because comfort will never get you where you want to go. Only discomfort will. The choice is yours. Will you live small, safe, and comfortable? Or will you embrace discomfort, fight through the pain, push past fear, and chase greatness? The people you admire made their choice. Now it's your turn. Embrace discomfort. Lean into it. Run toward it. Because on the other side of discomfort is everything you've ever dreamed of. Do you know what separates the people who achieve their dreams from the people who only talk about their dreams? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not luck. It's not even motivation. Motivation is temporary. Motivation is a spark. It gets you started, but it won't keep you going when the road gets tough. The people who succeed are the ones who understand this. Consistency outperforms motivation every single time. Consistency is what builds champions. Consistency is what turns dreams into reality. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who quit. Motivation will fade. Energy will fade. Inspiration will fade. But consistency lasts. Consistency wins. Let me break it down for you. Motivation is like fire. It burns bright, but it doesn't last. Some days you will wake up feeling motivated. Some days you will wake up feeling motivated. Some days you will feel inspired. You will feel unstoppable. You will feel like you can conquer the world. But those days are rare. Most days life is hard. Most days you're tired. Most days you don't feel like showing up. That's when consistency matters. That's when you do it anyway. That's when you push forward even when motivation is gone. Even when energy is low. Even when you don't feel like it. That's when greatness is built. Let me tell you something. Success is not built in a day. Success is built one step at a time. One small effort after another. One decision after another. One action after another. And the people who achieve their dreams are not the ones who feel motivated every day. They are the ones who show up consistently, day in and day out, no matter what. Consistency outperforms motivation because it doesn't rely on feelings. It relies on discipline, commitment, and relentless action. Think about it. You want to get fit. You want to build muscle. You want to run faster. You want to look different in the mirror. Motivation might get you to the gym once. Inspiration might get you run 3 times in a week. But consistency, that daily commitment to show up, even when tired, even when sore, even when lazy, that's what transforms your body. That's what builds strength. That's what produces results. Consistency turns action into habit. Habit turns effort into results. And results turn dreams into reality. Let me give you a real-life example. Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was legendary not because he felt motivated every day, but because of his relentless consistency. He would wake up at 4 a.m., practice before anyone else, work on his shot, run drills, lift weights, and study his game. Some days he didn't feel like it. Some days he was tired. Some days he was fired, but he showed up anyway. Day after day, year after year, year after year, that consistency created greatness. That consistency made him a champion. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Consistency outperforms motivation every single time. And here's the thing, motivation is unreliable. It's a feeling. It's not always there when you need it. Some mornings you wake up feeling motivated and the day goes perfectly. But what about the mornings when motivation isn't there? What about the days when life throws challenges at you? What about the moments when everything is stacked against you? That's when consistency matters. That's when showing up, doing the work, putting in the effort, and refusing to quit becomes the difference between failure and success. Let me tell you another story. I know a young woman who dreamed of becoming a writer. Some days, she was inspired. She would write pages and pages with passion. But most days, she didn't feel like it. Most days, she wanted to quit. Most days, life got in the way, but she made a commitment. She would write 500 words every single day, no matter what. Some days were hard. Some days were messy. Some days were uninspired. But she showed up day after day. And slowly, those 500 words turned into chapters. Those chapters turned into a book. That book turned into a career. Why? Because consistency outperformed motivation. And I want you to understand this. Consistency compounds. Every effort, no matter how small, adds up over time. Every day you show up, you are building momentum. Every day you take action, you are growing strong. Every day you commit to your goals, you are creating progress. And over weeks, months, and years, that consistent effort produces results that motivation alone could never create. Motivation is a spark. Consistency is a wildfire. Motivation can start a fire. Consistency keeps it burning. Let me give you another example from the business world. Elon Musk didn't build Tesla and SpaceX on motivation alone. He built them on relentless consistency. He worked long hours. He faced repeated failure. Failure came criticism, and he refused to quit. Some days motivation wasn't there. Some days it would have been easy to stop. But he was consistent. He showed up. He worked. He innovated. And today he is changing the world. Consistency outperforms motivation every single time. And here's the reality. If you rely only on motivation, you will fail. If you rely only on inspiration, you will fail. Because feelings are unreliable. Life is unpredictable. Challenges are inevitable. But consistency is reliable. Consistency is predictable. Consistency is within your control. You can control your actions every day, even when feelings fail you. That is power. That is freedom. That is what separates winners from quitters. Think about it like this. Motivation is like the weather. Some days it's sunny and you feel energized. Some days it's stormy and you feel drained. You can't control the weather. You can't control whether motivation shows up. But consistency is like building a shelter. You can control your effort. You can control your effort. You can control your actions. And when you consistently put in the work, you thrive regardless of how you feel. You succeed regardless of circumstances. You win regardless of challenges. Let me be clear. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. Consistency doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. Consistency doesn't mean every day will be easy. Consistency means you show up. Consistency means you do the work. Consistency means you refuse to quit. Consistency means you get back up when you fall. It's not about being perfect. It's about being relentless. It's not about never failing. It's about never giving up. That's the power of consistency. And here's another truth. Consistency builds trust. It's not just with others, but with yourself. When you consistently show up, when you consistently take action, you build confidence. You build belief. You'll execute. You build proof that you can achieve what you set out to do. Motivation can inspire, but consistency delivers results. Motivation can excite you, but consistency transforms you. Motivation can get started, but consistency will take you all the way. Think about the people you admire. I guarantee they are not admired because they were motivated every day. They are admired because they were consistent. They are admired because they showed up, even when it was hard. They are admired because they refused to quit. They are admired because their consistency produced results that inspired the world. That is what you must do. That is what I challenge you to do. Be consistent. Be relentless. Show up every day. Do the work every day. And watch as your life transforms. Let me leave you with this final truth. Consistency is the bridge between goals and achievement. Consistency is the path from dreams to reality. Consistency is the force that turns ordinary people into extraordinary people. Motivation will come and go, but consistency is forever. Motivation is a spark. Consistency is a flame. Motivation will fade. Consistency would endure. And when you embrace consistency, you are unstoppable. So today, I challenge you, stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for inspiration. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The moment is now. Show up. Do the work. Be consistent. Take action day after day, week after week, year after year. Refuse to quit. Refuse to settle. Refuse to be average, because consistency outperforms motivation every single time. And when you commit to consistency, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Do you know what separates the people who succeed from the people who quit? It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not even hard work alone. It's what they do with setbacks. That's right, setbacks. Life will knock you down. Life will throw obstacles in your path. Life will test you, challenge you, and push you to your limits. And here's the truth. Everyone faces setbacks. Everyone experiences failure. Everyone has moments when it seems like the world is against them. The difference between winners and quitters is how they respond to those setbacks. Winners turn setbacks into setups. Quitters let setbacks stop them. Let me break it down for you. A setback is not a permanent condition. A setback is not the end of your story. A setback is a setup in disguise. It's an opportunity to grow, to learn, to adapt, and to come back stronger. Every time you fail, every time you are rejected, every time you fall, life is giving you a gift. The gift of experience, the gift of perspective, the gift of preparation. If you can see setbacks through this lens, if you can embrace them instead of fearing them, you will transform your life. Setbacks are not your enemy. They are your allies. They are the secret ingredient that prepares you for your biggest victories. Let me give you an example. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time, didn't make his high school varsity team on his first try. That was a huge setback for him. He was devastated. He felt rejected, but he didn't quit. He used that setback as motivation. He trained harder, he practiced longer, and he came back stronger. That setback became the setup for his legendary career. Without that moment, without that rejection, he might never have developed the relentless work ethic that made him a champion, a champion. That's what I'm talking about. Turning setbacks into setups. Setbacks are lessons in disguise. They are opportunities to see what doesn't work, so you can find what does work. They are signals to change your approach, adjust your strategy, and improve your skills. They are tests of your character, your resilience, and your determination. And the people who succeed understand this. They don't see failure as the end. They see failure as a teacher. They see setbacks as stepping stones. They see challenges as chances to rise higher. Let me tell you a story about Thomas Edison. You know, the man who invented the light bulb? He failed over 1,000 times before creating a working version. Can you imagine what it would have felt like to fail 1,000 times? Most people would have quit after 1, 2, or 10. But Edison saw each failure as a setup. He said, I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work. That mindset, that ability to turn setbacks into setups is what allowed him to change the world. And that same mindset can allow you to change your world too. Setbacks are not punishments, they are preparations. When life knocks you down, it's not to keep you there, it's to teach you, to shape you, to build you. Every rejection, every failure, every mistake is equipping you for something greater. It's setting you up for the moment when your breakthrough comes. And here's the key. If you can embrace setbacks, learn from them, and take action anyway, you will become unstoppable. I want you to understand this deeply. Your reaction to setbacks determines your future. You can respond to a setback with bitterness, fear, and excuses, and that will keep you small. Or you can respond with courage, resilience, and determination, and that will set you up for greatness. The difference is your mindset. Winners see setbacks as temporary, necessary, and transformative. Quitters see setbacks as permanent, hopeless, and insurmountable. Which one will you choose? Let me give you another example. Oprah Winfrey faced countless setbacks on her path to success. She was born into poverty. She was abused as a child. She was fired from her first television job because she was unfit for TV. Most people would have given up. Most people would have quit. but not Oprah. She used every setback as a setup. Every rejection became fuel. Every failure became a lesson. She learned, she grew, and she kept moving forward. Today, she is one of the most successful and influential people in the world. Why? Because she turned setbacks into setups. Here's the truth you need to hear. Setbacks will come. They are inevitable. Life is not fair. Life will not always go according to plan. You will face disappointment, failure, rejection, and loss. That's a guarantee. But here's the choice. You can let those setbacks define you, or you can let them refine you. You can let them break you, or you can let them build you. You can let them stop you, or you can let them set you up for something greater. Let me break it down even further. Every time you fail, you have a decision to make. You can focus on the pain, the embarrassment, the loss, the I can't. Or you can focus on the lesson, the opportunity, the growth, the I will. You can let setbacks control your story, or you can control your response. You can be a victim, or you can be a victor. You can stay down, or you can rise up. That's what turning setbacks into setups is all about. It's taking control of your story, no matter what life throws at you. And let me be real with you. It's not easy. Turning setbacks into setups takes discipline, mindset, and persistence. It takes refusing to give up when everyone else expects you to. It takes believing in yourself when the world doubts you. It takes doing the work even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's hard, even when it seems impossible. But here's the thing. The harder the setback, the greater the setup. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the opportunity, the tougher the fall, the higher the rise. Let me give you another real-life example. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the very company he co-founded. That was a massive setback. Most people would have quit or given up on their dream. But Steve Jobs used that setback as a setup. He started new ventures, learned valuable lessons, and returned to Apple stronger than ever. That setback became the setup for Apple's most innovative period and its legendary legacy. That's the power of mindset. That's the power of turning setbacks into setups. Here's the thing you need to hear. Setbacks are not signs that you are failing. Setbacks are signs that you are trying. Setbacks are signs that you are pushing beyond your comfort zone, taking risks and moving towards something bigger. Setbacks are proof that you are in the game, and the people who succeed know this. They don't run from setbacks, they chase them, embrace them, and learn from them. They see every obstacle as a stepping stone, every challenge as a lesson, every failure as a setup for future success. I want you to remember this. Your setbacks do not define you. Your actions do, your mindset does. Your response does. You can choose to stay down and let life win, or you can rise, fight, and let life set you up for greatness. Every setback is temporary, but the lessons you learn, the strength you gain, and the resilience you build are permanent. That's why winners turn setbacks into setups. Let me leave you with one final truth. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not those who avoid setbacks. They are those who face setbacks head on, who refuse to quit, who learn, who grow, and who use every challenge as a stepping stone. The more you embrace this mindset, the more unstoppable you become. Your setbacks are your setups. Your failures are your lessons. Your losses are your preparation. Your struggles are your growth. And the sooner you understand this, the sooner you will rise to your highest potential. So today I challenge you. Stop fearing setbacks. Stop avoiding failure. Stop letting disappointment define your story. Instead, embrace the challenges, welcome the obstacles, and use them as setups for your future. Fall down, get up, learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. Because every setback is a setup in disguise. And when you adopt this mindset, nothing, absolutely nothing, stop you from achieving greatness. Do you know why some people succeed while others struggle, even when they have the same talent, resources, or opportunities? It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's who they surround themselves with. That's right. Your environment, the people you spend your time with, the voices you listen to, the energy you allow into your life, it all matters. You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's not just a quote, that's reality. And if you want to achieve greatness, if you want to chase your dreams, if you want to live a life of purpose and power, you must surround yourself with winners. Let me break it down for you. Winners are not just people who have money, fame, or success. Winners are people who think differently, act differently, and hold themselves to higher standards. Winners inspire you. Winners push you. Winners challenge you. Winners raise your energy, your expectations, and your level of commitment. And here's the key. If you surround yourself with the right people, you will rise to their level. If you surround yourself with the wrong people, you will fall to theirs. Your circle will determine your destiny. Think about it. If you are constantly around negative people, people who complain, people who doubt, people who make excuses, how will you grow? You will start to adopt their mindset, their habits, and their limitations. Negativity is contagious. Excuses are contagious. Failure is contagious. On the other hand, if you are around winners, people who are ambitious, disciplined, driven, and resilient, their mindset, habits, and energy will start to influence you. Success is contagious, but so is failure. That's why your circle matters more than you think. Let me give you a story. I know a young man who dreamed of becoming a professional athlete. At first, he trained alone, hung around friends who weren't serious about anything, and doubted himself constantly. His progress was slow, and he was frustrated. Then he made a choice. He started surrounding himself with athletes who were dedicated, coaches who pushed him, and mentors who challenged him. Suddenly, his mindset changed, his habits changed, his results changed. Within a year, he had transformed his skills, his confidence, and his performance. That's the power of surrounding yourself with winners. And here's the truth. Winners will hold you accountable. Winners will challenge your excuses. Winners will push you when you want to quit. Winners will refuse to let you settle for mediocrity. They will demand your best because they know what you are capable of. And when you surround yourself with that kind of energy, when you allow yourself to be influenced by people who are committed to growth and excellence, you will be forced to step up. You will have no choice but to level up. Think about the greats in any field. The most successful people in the world don't get there alone. They have teams, mentors, and peers who push them, inspire them, and challenge them. LeBron James didn't become one of the greatest basketball players by himself. He had teammates, coaches, trainers, and mentors who challenged him, pushed him, and inspired him to be better every day. Steve Jobs didn't build Apple alone. He had visionary, ambitious minds around him who elevated his thinking. Surrounding yourself with winners accelerates your growth, opens doors, and expands your vision. And let me tell you this, not everyone deserves a seat in your circle. Not everyone deserves your time, your energy, or your focus. Some people will try to hold you back. Some people will drain you. Some people will doubt you, and that's okay. You have the power to choose who you allow into your life. Protect your energy, protect your dreams, protect your circle. Make sure the people around you are lifting you, not limiting you. Make sure they are motivating you, not distracting you. Make sure they are inspiring you, not draining you. Let me give you another real-life example. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced incredible challenges before she became successful. She was rejected by dozens of publishers. She struggled financially. She faced criticism and doubt. But she surrounded herself with people who believed in her, who encouraged her, and who challenged her to keep going. That support system, that circle of believers helped her persevere. And eventually, she created one of the most successful book series in history. That's what surrounding yourself with winners does. It helps you stay committed when life gets hard. I want you to understand this. Energy is contagious. Mindsets are contagious. Habits are contagious. If you are around people who are driven, motivated, and committed to success, you will start to adopt those same qualities. If you are around people who are lazy, negative, and complacent, you will start to mirror that energy too. Your circle has the power to shape your future more than any single decision you make. That's why it's critical to choose wisely. And here's the thing. Winners won't just elevate you. They will also challenge you. They will push you out of your comfort zone. They will demand more from you than you demand from yourself. They will not let you settle. They will not allow mediocrity. That's why winners are so important. Motivation can inspire you, but accountability forces you to act. Surrounding yourself with winners creates an environment where excuses are eliminated. Effort is amplified and results are inevitable. Let me tell you a story about a young entrepreneur. He started a business with a lot of potential, but he didn't have the right support system. His friends were negative, his family doubted him, and he felt isolated. The business struggled, Then he made a conscious decision to surround himself with winners, successful entrepreneurs, mentors, and ambitious peers. Suddenly, he was learning strategies, receiving feedback, gaining confidence, and being challenged to elevate his thinking. Within a year, his business transformed. His results improved dramatically. That's the power of your circle. Surround yourself with winners and you cannot help but rise. And I want you to hear this clearly. Surrounding yourself with winners doesn't mean you ignore your family or friend. It means you are intentional with your time and energy. It means you seek out mentors, coaches, and peers who elevate your thinking. It means you surround yourself with people who challenge you to be better, not people who settle for less. It means you are proactive about who influences your life because your environment shapes your future. Think about it. If you spend your days around people who complain, who doubt, who make excuses, what will happen to you? You will start to think like them. You will start to act like them. You will start to limit yourself like them. But if you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, who are disciplined, who are relentless, you will elevate. You will rise. You will expand. You will become more than you thought possible. That's why your circle is everything. Let me leave you with this truth. Winners attract winners. When you raise your standards and surround yourself with ambitious, driven, and focused people, you start to raise your own standards. You start to demand more from yourself. You start to refuse mediocrity. You start to take action that aligns with your dreams. Your circle becomes a mirror, reflecting back the person you are becoming. And the sooner you understand this, the faster your life will transform. So today I challenge you, take a hard look at your circle. Who are you spending your time with? Are they lifting you or holding you back? Are they inspiring you or draining you? Are they pushing you to greatness or keeping you comfortable? Surround yourself with winners. Seek out people who elevate your thinking, challenge your limits, and inspire your greatness. Protect your energy, protect your dreams, protect your circle. Because when you surround yourself with winners, you will rise. And here's the final truth. The people around you will shape your destiny more than anything else. They will influence your mindset, your habits, your decision, and ultimately your results. Surround yourself with winners, and you cannot help but succeed. Surround yourself with winners, and you will be unstoppable. Surround yourself with winners, and your dreams will start to feel inevitable. Your circle will either make you or break you. Choose wisely. Do you know why some people achieve their dreams while others struggle their whole lives? It's not just hard work, not just talent. It's not just persistence, vision. It's vision. It's the ability to see your victory before it happens. It's the power to visualize the life you want, the success you crave, and the greatness you are capable of. If you cannot see it, you will not achieve it. That's the truth. Champions, leaders, and high achievers all understand one thing. What the mind can see, the body and life will follow. Visualize your victory, and the world will have no choice but to align with your vision. Let me break it down for you. Visualization is not just daydreaming. It's not just imagining success while sitting on your couch. Visualization is a focused, intentional mental rehearsal of your goals, your dreams, and your future. It's seeing yourself achieving what others say is impossible. It's feeling the emotions, the excitement, and the pride of your victory before it happens. When you practice this consistently, your mind starts to believe it. Your actions start to align with it. Your decisions start to support it. Your habits start to build it. And before you know it, what you once imagined becomes your reality. Think about the greatest athletes in the world. They all practice visualization. Before every game, every match, every competition, they see themselves winning. Michael Phelps would visualize every turn in the pool, every stroke, every finish, and the medal around his neck. Serena Williams would see herself dominating the court, anticipating her opponent's moves, and hitting every shot with precision. Visualization is the secret weapon that prepares their mind to perform at the highest level. It primes them to win long before the competition begins. And let me tell you something. Visualization works because your brain cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real. When you consistently visualize your victory, your mind begins to believe it. Your brain starts to create pathways that support success. Your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, your actions become intentional, you start taking steps toward your vision without even realizing it. This is why visualization is not optional. It is essential. If you want extraordinary results, you must see them first in your mind. Let me give you a real-life example. Jim Carrey, the famous actor and comedian, wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered years before he earned it. He carried it in his wallet, visualizing the day he would deposit it. Many people thought he was crazy, but he didn't care. He saw his victory, felt it, and worked relentlessly toward it. Years later, he earned exactly $10 million for a movie role. That is the power of visualizing your victory. Your mind is the first battlefield. If you can see it, you can achieve it. And here's the truth. Visualization is not just about seeing success. It's about feeling it. When you visualize, feel the emotions of your achievement, the pride, the joy, the relief, the excitement. Let your mind experience it fully. Imagine the crowd cheering. Imagine the recognition. Imagine a moment when your hard work pays off. The emotions create a sense of reality that motivates your action. Your body responds to those emotions. Your habits align, and your decisions start reflecting your vision. That's why visualization is so powerful. It creates a roadmap for your mind, and your mind drives your life. Think about it this way. If you don't see it, you won't reach it. If you cannot imagine yourself succeeding, you will struggle to take the steps necessary to get there. But when you visualize, when you clearly picture your victory, you create a target for your mind, your heart, and your soul to aim for. You create a purpose that guides your actions. You create a standard that your efforts will be measured against. That's why every champion visualizes. Because what the mind sees, the body achieves. Let me give you another story. Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers in history, famously said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." But he didn't just endure training, he visualized victory. He saw himself in the ring, delivering knockout punches, holding the championship belt, and hearing the roar of the crowd. That visualization fueled his discipline, his focus, and his relentless effort. It gave him a mental edge that his opponents couldn't match. He won because he saw it first in his mind. And here's the thing, visualization works in every area of life, not just sports. Entrepreneurs visualize successful businesses, sold out events, and financial freedom. Artists visualize sold out shows, exhibitions, and recognition. Students visualize acing exam, getting scholarships, and graduating with honors. Whatever your dream, visualization gives it clarity, urgency, and possibility. You are programming your mind to seek opportunities, overcome obstacles, and take action aligned with your vision. Let me tell you a story about a young entrepreneur. He wanted to build a tech startup that would change the world. Every morning, he would spend 10 minutes visualizing the company he wanted to create. The product, the team, the investors and customers, the impact. He saw himself giving presentations, signing deals, and creating something that mattered. That daily visualization shaped his mindset, boosted his confidence, and guided his actions. He worked relentlessly, and eventually the company became a reality. That is the power of seeing your victory before it happens. And here's the truth. Visualization doesn't just make your goals feel possible. It makes you take action. It turns dreams into plans. It turns plans into habits. It turns habits into results. When you consistently visualize, your mind starts to look for opportunities that align with your vision. You notice solutions others miss. You develop strategies that others overlook. You take risks that others avoid. Visualization sharpens your focus and ignites your determination. Determination. It makes your success inevitable because you have mentally rehearsed it so many times that you are prepared for it when the opportunity arises. Think about it. Your mind is your most powerful tool. If you program it with doubt, fear, and limitation, that is what you will achieve. But if you program it with vision, confidence, and clarity, that is what you will achieve. Winners see the end before they start the journey. Winners visualize the outcome, the result, and the impact. They feel it, believe it, and act on it. And that is why they win. That is why they overcome obstacles that stop others. That is why they rise to levels most people can't even imagine. Let me be real with you. Visualization requires discipline. It requires time. It requires focus. You cannot just imagine your victory once and expect it to happen. You must practice it daily. You must see it, feel it, and believe it every single day. You must allow your mind to experience the reality of your success repeatedly so that when challenges come, and they will, you are ready to face them with confidence. The mind that has seen victory is unstoppable when the test arrives. And here's the key. Visualization is not about wishful thinking. It's about preparation. It's about priming your mind to take the actions necessary for success. It's about creating mental clarity, focus, and resilience. When you visualize, you are rehearsing for the future. You are preparing for challenges. You are mapping your path to victory. And when your mind is prepared, your body and actions follow naturally. That's why the most successful people in the world visualize relentlessly. They are not leaving their success to chance. They are designing it in their minds first. Let me leave you with this final truth. What you see in your mind, you can achieve in your life. What you imagine, you can create. What you visualize, you can bring into reality. Champions, leaders, and high achievers do not wait for opportunity. They create it in their minds first. They visualize their victory, feel it, believe it, and then take relentless action until it becomes real. And the sooner you embrace this principle, the sooner your dreams will become inevitable. So today, I challenge you. Don't just work hard. Don't just hope. Don't just dream. See it, feel it, believe it. Visualize your victory with clarity and intensity. Imagine the moment of your success, the people cheering, the impact you make, the life you build. Let that vision fuel your actions, your decisions, and your persistence. Visualize your victory and you will be unstoppable. Do you know why most people never reach their full potential? It's not because they lack talent. It's not because they lack opportunity. It's not because they lack intelligence. The truth is, most people are addicted to comfort. Most people want life to be easy, predictable, and safe. But here's the reality. Growth never happens in comfort. Success never happens in comfort. Greatness never happens in comfort. If you want to achieve more, if you want to become extraordinary, you must learn to embrace discomfort. You must learn to push past the fear, the pain, the uncertainty, and the struggle. You must lean into discomfort because that is where growth happens. Let me break it down for you. Comfort feels good in the moment. Comfort feels safe. Comfort feels easy. But comfort is a trap. It keeps you small. It keeps you average. It keeps you stuck. Comfort tells you to stay where you are, to settle, to avoid challenges, to avoid risk. Growth, however, is uncomfortable. Growth requires stretching beyond what you know. Growth requires facing fear, uncertainty, and resistance. Growth requires doing the hard things when no one is watching, when you feel tired, when the easier path would be tempting. That's what separates the people who achieve greatness from those who remain average. Think about the most successful people in the world. They all embrace discomfort. They all stepped into situations that were unfamiliar, challenging, and difficult. Michael Jordan didn't become a legend by staying in his comfort zone. He became a legend by facing failures, by practicing tirelessly, by being cut from teams, and by pushing himself beyond limits he didn't even know he had. Serena Williams didn't dominate tennis by doing what was easy. She pushed through injuries, grew through injuries, grueling practice sessions, and intense competition. Growth is uncomfortable, and winners understand that discomfort is part of the process. Let me give you a story. I know a young woman who wanted to become a professional singer. She had talent, but she was shy, scared, and insecure. Performing in front of others felt terrifying. She could have stayed in her room, singing only to herself, and life would have been comfortable. But she decided to step into the discomfort. She performed at small venues, open mics, and even in front of critics. Every performance was uncomfortable, nerve-wracking, and scary. But every time she faced that discomfort, she grew stronger, more confident, and more skilled. Eventually, she became a professional singer with a following that she never imagined. She embraced discomfort, and it became the catalyst for her growth. And here's the truth. Discomfort is the gateway to transformation. When you face challenges, struggle through difficult moments, and push past fear, you develop resilience, confidence, and skill. You discover strength you didn't know you had. You expand your limits. You redefine what is possible. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It's your coach. It's your pathway to becoming the person you were meant to be. Every time you step in discomfort, you grow, you evolve, and you move closer to your ultimate potential. Let me tell you another example. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, is constantly stepping into discomfort. He invests in risky ventures, faces public criticism, and works incredibly long hours under pressure. Most people would avoid that discomfort. Most people would quit when the challenges get too big. But Musk embraces it. He leans into discomfort because he knows that growth, innovation, and success require pushing boundaries and facing uncertainty head on. Discomfort is the price of progress. And here's something critical to understand. Discomfort is temporary, but regret lasts forever. When you avoid discomfort, you may feel safe in the moment, but you limit your future. You settle for less than you are capable of. You deny yourself the opportunity to grow, achieve, and transform. But when you embrace discomfort, when you choose to face fear, uncertainty, and difficulty, you build a foundation for long-term success. You create a life that is bigger, bolder, and more impactful than you ever imagined. Think about it like this. Growth is like a muscle. Muscles don't grow when you sit on the couch. Muscles grow when you lift heavy weights, push past soreness, and endure the burn. The same is true for your personal growth. You don't grow when life is easy. You grow when you stretch yourself beyond what you know, when you challenge yourself, when you face discomfort and refuse to quit. That's how you build strength, resilience, and greatness. Let me give you a real-life example from the business world. Oprah Winfrey faced incredible discomfort on her path to success. She was born into poverty, experienced abuse, and faced rejection from television networks. Most people would have given up. Most people would have avoided the discomfort. But Oprah embraced it. She pushed through every challenge, every rejection, and every painful moment. She leaned into discomfort and allowed it to fuel her growth. Today, she is one of the most successful and influential people in the world. Discomfort became her ladder to greatness. And here's the thing. Embracing discomfort is not just about facing big challenges. It's about the small, everyday choices you make. It's about doing the work when it's hard. It's about showing up when no one is watching. It's about taking the risks others won't take, asking the hard questions, having difficult conversations, and making decisions that stretch you. Growth is built on these consistent acts of discomfort. Each time you choose the hard path, you are building strength, character, and momentum that will carry you forward. Let me tell you about a young athlete who wanted to compete at a national level. Every day, he woke up at 5 a.m. to train while others slept. He pushed his body to exhaustion, enduring pain, fatigue, and frustration. Most people would have quit. Most people would have chosen comfort. But he embraced discomfort. He trained harder than anyone else, stayed focused on his vision, and refused to let temporary pain dictate his future. Eventually, he achieved his goal, competing at the national level. His growth came directly from leaning into discomfort, not avoiding it. And here's a reality check. Discomfort will always be present when you are pursuing something meaningful. Life will test you. Challenges will appear. Fear will show up. The difference is how you respond. You can shrink back, hide, and choose comfort, or you can face discomfort head on. Lean into it and allow it to propel you forward. Growth is never convenient. Success is never easy. Greatness is never comfortable. But the rewards of embracing discomfort are beyond anything you can imagine. Think about it. Every time you push through fear, every time you endure struggle, every time you do the hard thing, you are creating a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more capable. Discomfort is not punishment. It is preparation. It is the fire that refines you, the pressure that molds you, the challenge that strengthens you. If you want to be extraordinary, you must stop running from discomfort and start running toward it. Let me give you another story. Dwayne "The Rocky" Johnson, one of the hardest working people in entertainment, didn't get to where he is by taking an easy route. He faced failures, rejections, and setbacks throughout his life, but he embraced discomfort. He trained relentlessly, worked tirelessly, and pursued his dreams, even when it was uncomfortable. He leaned into the grind, the pain, and the struggle, and it transformed him. Today, he is not just a successful actor and entrepreneur, he's a symbol of relentless effort and embracing discomfort. And here's a key principle. The more comfortable you are with discomfort, the more unstoppable you become. When you stop fearing pain, challenge, struggle, you can handle anything life throws at you. When you embrace discomfort as part of the journey, obstacles become opportunities. When you choose growth over ease, Fear becomes fuel and difficulty becomes training. This is the mindset that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Let me leave you with this truth. Your comfort zone is your enemy. Your comfort zone is where dreams go to die. Your comfort zone is where potential is wasted. But the moment you step outside it, the moment you embrace discomfort, the moment you push past fear, you begin to transform. You begin to transform. You begin to achieve. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. Discomfort is the key that unlocks it. So today I challenge you, don't run from discomfort. Don't avoid challenges. Don't settle for easy. Lean into the struggle. Push past fear. Face what makes you uncomfortable. Train when you don't feel like it. Speak up when it's scary. Take risk when it's risky. Grow when it hurts. Because growth, transformation, and greatness live in discomfort. Embrace it and you will become unstoppable.